Hi, I'm Koyal. That's the show.
Wait, hey, I'm Momo. The show is not just that, it's the Komo show. You guys, Koyal and Momo, we are going to make you go crazy.
No.
Every time Koyal and I sit down and talk, and which happens every day because we work together, we talk about stuff and then we look at each other and we are like, hey, people should hear this because it's gonna help girls, it's gonna help people, it's gonna just help basically. And it's also fun, entertaining, and it's realistic, it's relevant.
Yeah, and it's just us hanging out and talking and inviting you to do that with us. Today we're talking about who pays on a first date.
Guy or the girl?
Yeah. I'm still single. I mean, can you believe it? We've just been talking quite a bit about how to date better, especially the older we're getting. Quality, standards, like all those good things. We started talking about who pays on a first date.
Can you believe it? Some guy asked her to pay on her last date and she paid. Like, dude, you're a girl. Girls don't pay.
I don't completely agree because I pull my own money, like I can pay for this, but...
Would you waste it on a guy, that money? Wouldn't you want to buy makeup with it? Like, you gave him your time. You looked pretty. You put on clothes. You went there. You gave him at most 3 hours of a pleasant face and a great vocabulary. And he sits there and asks you to pay.
No, I don't know. I always like to go Dutch because I just think it's equal, and I don't know, that was always my mantra until I met Rinima, I guess. And then she started putting new ideas in my head.
What's equal is maybe you parking your own car and he parking his own. I don't expect him to get down from his car and park mine. That'll be weird, but I'm not paying for the date. I mean, come on. If he cannot afford a girl like you, he should not dream of a girl like you.
Okay, one sec. So I have a further question then. Is it just you're never ever going to pay for a date?
No, never, ever, ever.
Wow.
If I invited the guy on a date, I would.
Okay.
But mostly they invite me. Like, if, for example, the question is like, oh, we mutually agreed. I have been conned into paying, but I, of course, did not pay. He tried. He didn't know what a tough nut I was.
Wait, what are your tactics then? Like, if someone is like, wants you to pay, how do you not pay a bill?
You just don't pay. You say, I don't have money.
I have no money.
I can't pay. I'm broke. I'm broke.
You straight up said that?
Because most times I was broke.
Okay.
Right? Because I was meeting so many guys when I was single. If I have to start touching for each date of mine, I'll be freaking.
I love that.
So you have to manage, right? So I'm like, the only thing I can do, this makeup is costing me.
Right.
I have to put on a great dress for you, so I paid for that dress because I don't have a sugar daddy.
Right.
None of you are rich enough.
Right.
So I can't pay, so he has to pay. And I remember this French guy specifically, he's like, this is not first date, he pays. And the second date, he's like, this is not how it works, by the way. Everyone just, the girl pays and the guy pays. And I'm like, no, bro. You pay one last time, and I never met him again, you know? Like I said, next time I would Dutch, but...
I'm clearly dating very differently.
That guy deserves to be punched. I can't believe. And you said that he was a little older too, right?
Yeah.
The audacity.
I went on a date with someone 10 years older than me. I did not know this before the date. But I don't know. I think I just assumed maybe some people are just not well off. Maybe he's just not in a position.
Why is he looking at a girl like you? Like, you should be looking at a girl who he can afford, you know? I'm not joking. Just like, seriously. My husband would never do that. That's why I married him. I never paid for anything ever since I met him.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, see, I earn my own money. My money is my money. His money is our money.
But it's not an expectation is all
I have had guys
say.
ask me things like, oh, don't you guys want to be like equal, like you said? I mean, it means, you know, sharing. But this is not what we want our equality, my friend. I mean, we want it somewhere else, you know?
No, that's fair. I mean, to each their own. But it's interesting that we all have, we've all been raised with such different perspectives towards money, dating, what is comfortable, then our own ideas of feminism.
I think in this whole generation of being called gold diggers, women got so conscious of saying that I pay my own bill. And it almost becomes a pressure right now rather than you really wanting to do something for yourself. Trust me, right now I can sit at home, but right now you know why I'm working 3 jobs, because I don't want to be called a gold digger. So that's what I'm saying, right? It's okay. It is really how it should be, a woman not paying, not because you're any less of a woman, not because someone will call you bad names. Why are you even allowed to be called bad names?
So what you're basically saying is we're all outside the box, inside another box.
Yeah, Absolutely. Think about it.
That's so
Like, you know,
cute.
because nowadays you're shamed. Oh, you don't have a job? Oh, you're a housewife? Or you don't do anything, but you're a girl. Oh, wait, your husband is rich. Okay, all right. So you're like under so much pressure of saying that, hey, I went on a date and I paid my own stuff, because then you're tagged as a good, great girl, because that's how men want you and manipulate you to think that you're a great girl if you pay for your date. That way, all men get away with it. It's just another tactic of theirs. I'm a very smart chick. I've seen enough of them. It seemed like beauty standards.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
One standard for beauty, one standard for good women who goes on dates are, again, so these women. Who is making that rule?
No, but that's a fascinating concept actually to discuss, like who's setting the bar and who's setting what is appropriate and what we should be aspiring to in that version, in that time period, right?
Women shame us more for this.
You think?
More women will shame you for not paying on your date or going on several dates for that matter than men. That's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, but this whole women shaming women is just like, anyway, that's toxic females is for the next time.
But don't let anybody like make you feel bad that you didn't pay for your date, please, bro. If the guy's not paying for a date, one, don't go on forget sleeping with him. Do not be seen with that man. Ask him beforehand, if need be. Are you paying for
Really?
something? Yeah, I would ask.
You would say, are you paying for this?
I would ask what he does, and that will give me an idea of where he's taking me and how much he can pay. So, and that's my first filter. Used to be, oh my God, I almost sound like a single woman. I'm married, you guys.
No, it's okay. I'm still here for all the tips. So.
Vicarious. Vicarious living.
I was raised by a working mother, and she had this tenet in life that there's no such thing as a free lunch. So I guess that's just been the seed of like why I want to do everything on my own and why I don't want to rely on anyone, because it's my mom's way of just warning me that everything comes with strings attached and you never know what someone truly expects from you. And just to avoid any of that confusion, I guess, it just kind of became something that I really valued and I kept doing because it made sense. I felt free and liberated that there were no strings or no expectations, nothing. But then I feel like the older I got, people were genuinely like enjoying my company and had the means. It didn't feel like a very heavy thing to let them pay here and there. So I did deviate from, Sangeeta Changapa's way of life. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very interesting. I'm still thinking about what she said about who puts these ideas of what is appropriate in that time, because I do sometimes feel like we all keep striving to certain images and we're not quite sure why or if we actually really want to.
Because I feel we're also confused about this fight of equality.
Not confused, but there's so many nuances to it, right?
Exactly.
And again, it depends on your own comfortability, how much you can afford in that moment.
There are also women, by the way, who feels they're obligated to kiss the guy or sleep with the guy if he pays for the date. Do you know that? Like, have you felt that?
Women's obligations. Yeah, I have done stupid things out of obligation and polite. That's 3 episodes. So now we're gonna ask all the lovely women in our office when their last date was and who paid for it. So Purnima.
It was 2019. For sure, he paid for it.
Ghazal, darling, when was your last date and who paid for it?
So, like a month ago, and it was a movie. So I got the tickets and he got everything else. It's chill. It's cool.
Next time, don't buy the tickets also. Yeah, all right.
Priyanka.
I suppose it should be in 2010 and I paid for it.
Shravani, when was your last date? Who paid for it?
It was last month. We had been to Shisha Cafe. He paid and he always does.
Oh, high five, my girl.
Everyone
Kiva.
is dating better than me. And who paid for it?
None.
Okay.
You've never been on a date.
No.
You need 2 mics.
That's amazing. Wow.
Finding.
But would you pay or what's the situation?
That depends.
After all that you heard right now,
Depends on?
I think sharing is fine.
why?
Cute.
You share love, no?
Obviously, sharing the bill also is fine.
Why? See, tomorrow can he be pregnant? Ask him to share your pregnancy. You got it? Never pay Kiva. Because they cannot share everything that you do.
Yeah.
Okay? High five.
Wow.
All right, guys, now that you heard what everyone thinks and feels, especially Koyal and I, let us know what you think. Let us know when was your last date, and the same thing, who paid for it, and will you ever pay for a date after this? Okay, don't forget to subscribe, you guys. My biggest question, our biggest question is, do you have Komo? You must if you don't listen to what we talk about. We'll see you guys. Thank you, babe, for doing this. Hey, high five.